Hey guys, Tyler 2K here. I was served this by the YouTube algorithm. This is by player Beigemaster. From his title and just quickly going through his content, it looks like he's been doing a King rank grind, trying to get better at the game, and basically just streaming his footage or at least recording them. And then this one says Hardstuck and Blues. His latest video, he did crack into Kishin, which I think is one step until Tekken King, if I remember correctly. But like I said, I just quickly took a look at it and I noticed like a lot of things, and hopefully, the stuff kind of helps you out. So this will be a little bit different. So we do our viewer match reviews where you can come on the onto my channel and then put your Tekken ID or your own match footage. And usually I'm a little bit nice-ish. But yeah, in this one, there was like a lot of issues, and I don't mean to be mean, but there's a lot we can learn from watching this video. And also, instead of what I typically do, I do this without sound. But in this case, he has his own commentary going on, so we can go ahead and kind of get an insight into his mind and to try to figure things out. So first things first, he says the stage is a problem. I can see how playing on a wall blast stage can be an issue. The good news is there's only this is an octagon. There's only 4 sides you have to worry about. Basically, I've never made this video, but overall there's just 2 things you have to worry about. You need to worry about your wall blast and worry about your opponent's wall blast. The wall blast to your 90 degrees to your left and to your right are basically what I call neutral positioning on the stage. So those are beneficial for you to get popped instantly. If possible, you want to pop your wall blast such that your opponent doesn't have access to that mechanic, and then likewise, you want to try to delay popping theirs as much as possible to set up a kill. So what happens in this stage is you get into situations where characters who typically aren't two-touch become two-touch. Like for instance, Dragonov is extremely strong on the stage because not only do you get the instant launcher, 60%, 70% damage, but then you have the possibility to get to the opposite wall on not super basic combos, but basic enough combos that everyone should do it. So nowadays, I understand King probably has some issues, but yeah, understanding like stage gimmicks and whatnot is like a big part of the game.
Crazy.
Okay, armor through. Yeah, probably should commit. Only thing that like Lee can perform from back 4 is the transition into HMS, and I would imagine the Damic 1+2/2 would hit here. I would at least go for it the first try. Okay, no punish. Okay, hard commit.
Okay, have we got a ducker?
Okay, so he made the read right away. So this is the first time he's played him, and he called that he's a ducker. So in my head, if someone's ducking, you really want to be using down forward 1, which is using a lot of forward 3, maybe the occasional down back 2 at big plus frames. Otherwise, you can always go for hop kick. Like, don't be afraid of going for hop kick. Just because something's punishable doesn't mean you stop using it.
No, no one ducks.
Okay, yeah, common trap idea, down forward 1, -1 on block. Typically, you want to buffer off a throw. He went for a 2 throw, so keep in mind this is, V107 or 1.8, so non-tracking throws here. You probably want to be going for something faster to use that -1 trap at. So GS on 10, for instance.
Oops.
Okay, big back 4.
Tried to whiff punish him a bit
Okay,
too early.
horrible combo. I don't understand the forward 2. Okay, drop the back 3, cancel. Okay, early meter pop. How much meter did he have? Yeah, it probably wasn't necessary to pop the meter at half. I understand the idea. He's trying to get momentum going on his way like right away, but a lot of inherent risk, and also the heat smash with King is just so strong in general that you probably don't have to do that. Okay, that's not bad. +5 into down forward 1 is typically not the best idea on like a 14, but you are playing King, so people are going to be less inclined to push power crush when your throw is going to instantly kill them. Speaking of which, you better tech this shit. Okay, no tech. That's good for us. Okay, I like the slide idea. Most King players aren't going to go into a duck post down by 1+2, so that's a good tactical option. With that being said, don't heavily rely on it. Earlier or later in the game, we might see an option like a hard read wall stand 2-3 to challenge, because people tend to look for a single hit and then pop the down by 1+2. So maybe for closer, we can start forcing that as an idea. Full crouch down 4-4 is also good, although I believe that's minus 14. Of course, the slide is 15, so there's inherent weakness here, but still, it's not horrible. Okay, yeah, post a slight negative, you probably should be fishing down 3, especially if you have a read on your opponent. Remember that king has to full crouch down forward 2 to wall stand 15. It's either that or hop kick. So in this matchup, especially if you're like a lead player, don't be afraid of down 3. Speaking of which, minus 13, no punish. Yeah, he got stars in his eyes. He just took the plus 6 or whatever off the neutral 2 into the 14. Keep in mind that would lose to Rage Art.
I can't remember how minus 8 is. I think it's minus 12.
No, down 3 is very much minus 15.
Hitman.
Okay, back 3-3. What's interesting about back 3-3, people don't know. Back 3-3, I believe, is plus 1 or plus 2. Although if he cancels into misstep, it's plus 4, I believe. The interesting part is it's actually better to cancel into Hitman. I don't know. In my experience, it's better. Period. Not for frame data, but for safety. Okay, no break 1 throw. Yeah, you don't want to be going for a wake up 4 in this spot. The nice thing nowadays is down forward 3-2-3 with lead no longer launches BT, but still meaty back 4, down 3, all these common trap ideas are going to eat you alive. Okay, good block, minus 13, plus 7. That's a good trap. Okay. Running 3, I don't hate it. Running 3 into the throw that's not going to track is a little bit dangerous. But usually, if you want to mix in, an option like 4-4 Sabat. That's typically like John meta. But my guess is Beigemaster here probably doesn't do that. Okay, early meter pop. Also, keep in mind, he can't really extend the combo here. Okay, he goes for the throw.
There we go.
GS, that's okay. I talked about that in the other video, how sometimes you just want to eat the throw. In this position, both of the airborne crouch throws caused a cross state, like a cross up state to the other side. So yeah, for sure, Beigemaster wants to do it here, and for sure, Lee should be guessing 1 or 2 to break here. It's a pure guess. There's no animation. Okay, I like that. He backs away. Wow.
Damn.
That's not a kill though. Yeah, bad input. Sometimes it's better just to take an airborne GS, because the GS you can instantly buffer without having to worry about instant running 2+4.
Can get a Shining Wizard out.
I like the down 4-4 though. I don't like the follow-up down 4-4. You don't need to take the down 4-4-3. Too risky, especially in this matchup, because Lee wall stand 2-3 is 14 and it's a launcher against an airborne opponent. I talked about that same thing in the last Tiger Uppercut video, how you can... certain characters can option select it. Lee naturally option selects it because it's 14 and it's a airborne launcher. Non-spin... Oh, okay, take it back. Wall send 2-3 is airborne spin state. Wall send 2-4, strong aerial tail.
Oh, I pulled it too early.
Yeah, so that's what I was talking about earlier. Any type of string option, people tend to look for solo poking and then will go for the 2 after. It's harder to hold it like mentally. You have to really be in that mindset. On long range approach, you are probably more likely to see an opponent like Lee go for a running 3-4. But I would say probably very, very much character specific. Okay, I don't hate the read. The only reason I hate it is because off of stand 3 into HMS, realistically he's going to hit a button, and realistically at like +6 or so, anything he's going to do is going to beat you here. Like HMS 2 probably is like 18 if I was to take a guess. So like the only thing that you might beat is HMS 4, and even that, it's going to be close. Everything else will literally win. I guess technically HMS 3 is a high, so the full crouch down for 2 might go under it, but I doubt it. I'm pretty sure they would clash positive in Lee's advantage. Okay, short carry. Okay, yeah. Here's. I think this is what started me wanting to make this video. So making the read is good. He started with the 4-for-1 variation, so he's looking for extra carry. So like right as your combo starts, you should be thinking to yourself like, what is my intention in this combo to do, right? I talked about this in video number 1. I'll give a shout out top right corner for video number 1. But basically, there is like a mental priority that you should be looking at. And the priority is very simple. You want to kill, you want an Oki, or sorry, you want carry or you want Oki. Carries lead to kill. Oki and carry, if you can't get the carry, you lose Oki. So if carry is not available to try to get to a wall or get at least very, very close to one, then Oki's the way to go. So Beigemaster, by doing the 4-4-1 variation off of Full Crush Jump for 2, now granted, he's a Kishin, basically the Yakuza rank, so maybe he only knows this combo. I can only kind of speculate, but he's right away, he's at least doing the long carry-ish structure to go for something good. So stand 2, so a little bit extra damage. So from here, this is one of the nice things about this stage, is we actually have a wall relation distance like milestone for us to understand. So one of the major problems with this game is that there are no milestones for you to let you know where the fuck the wall is. This stage luckily is one of them. And actually this stage is pretty cool because it's one of this stage also, in case you've never noticed, while we have the grid and we have the lights over here, if you notice on the center of the stage, it actually tells you that that breakable wall is still up for you to use. So once the wall gets broken, it turns gray. Similarly, the lights at the center of the stage also turn gray to help you signify and make better decision making. So like the lack of this mile marker sort of thing, milestone, is so detrimental to the game for like actual play. Also the fact that people might be on different cameras, so someone on camera 1 might not see the wall, but someone on camera 2 side can. But if you're to play in a head-to-head situation, both players have the same amount of information simultaneously, right? But yeah, in that case, maybe not so. But yeah, now this stage though, it lets us know, okay, stand 2 into the bound. Now in older games, of course, you do 4-2-1. 4-2-1 no longer works for carry, but he should be thinking of some sort of like, I don't know, whether 4-2 down 1-2 or something like that. I don't know what he can do here, but he should be thinking of carry. I don't necessarily hate Airborne Tomahawk, but I do feel like he probably could have got him to the wall or close enough, because the issue here is post Tomahawk, you're really only looking at 3 different options: down 3, down back 2, or down forward 4. And basically it's rock, paper, scissors of what you expect the opponent to do. Down back 2 beats ducking, but ducking beats down 3. Down forward 4 beats the option of people trying to get up to flinch and guard either option, but down forward 4 doesn't hit grounded. Down back 2 doesn't hit grounded, down 3 hits grounded. So it's essentially like a triangle, and you have to figure out here. The important thing of note is no part of your 3-way triangle does any of this lead to a wall splat situation. Furthermore, which I think is the next sequence here. So Sabat's good, because that's okay. Keep in mind that it's essentially the same idea of just reading a stand into low. In this position, it's probably okay because it might be a flinch option. But you notice also here that Lee didn't flinch. Lee went for 3+4. So he went for an option that it might not work relative to like quick stand, for instance. The nice thing with the Sabat forward 4 is that, it's safe on block. But for instance, I think it only specifically won here because Lee had commit the 3+4 off FUFT. Okay, now we should carry. Okay, yeah, same thing. Damn it, kill, carry, Oki. Open field Oki's okay, but keep in mind, like same thing. Where is our Oki taking us in this stage? If you were to land Airborne Tomahawk, you're right, Lee's going to be left here. Delayed side roll will escape, back roll because of diagonal wall will escape, so on and so forth. It probably is better to pop meter to guarantee the second wall and another round of Oki in your way. So unlike the strong wall break, the wall blast situation, right? We don't have the possibility of flinch catch forward 4 resetting in this combo, right? So it's probably better to take more consistent Oki, especially understanding, once again, that you can't get the breakable wall. With that being said, though, there's something that's really, really important here. And again, that is also tailspin in general. So when you initiate your tailspin, you are plus 54 against airborne opponents. Sometimes a little bit less, but for the most part, you're 54. So that means King has time here to sidestep to the left and then forward 2-1, and then get lead to the wall, where same situation. We now have the possibility for a reset for an instant kill if we were to break it. And furthermore, now granted, this isn't a neutral wall, but at least we take away one wall, and then seeing as how we're up 2-0, we can afford to take away our opponent's wall with one Oki. Because right, if the Oki goes our way, post a heat dash cancel into the wall, and then force 50-50 on the ground, right, we instantly win. We have another situation where we basically win, and next combo probably wouldn't necessarily kill. I take it back. Next combo would probably kill. But same thing. We're so far ahead, we should really use our resource to keep going farther and keep going harder in the paint with pressure. Meter pop. Yeah. The throw is fine.
Oh, I thought it was guaranteed.
The throw is fine simply because there was like the risk of like ducking into the JGR spot was huge at JGR 3. So, okay, that leaves us more susceptible to get hit by the throw. Keep in mind, off of typical JGR timing, like frame 0 timing, let's call it, there is a fuzzy window to beat it.
Oh,
the really benefit of, I like the 4-4-3 nice deep step.
Oh, well.
Yeah, the benefit, of course,
Well,
of
it's guaranteed after that,
the option is that, yeah, a lot of damage, and then, Sabat, same thing, safe on block. Maybe JGR would be more valuable, because at least then it's like one hit, but I don't know to be honest if JGR 1 breaks the wall instantly or not. So
like I said, on my other account, I did a straight run from Kishin to Tekken King. On this, I can't even get out of Kishin. I don't know why.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know enough about this guy. Okay, so why did you get hit there? What happened? So Tomahawk 4-3. Again, typically you want to do the triangle here, but 4-3 is part of the Oki. Yeah, why did he dash in? I wonder why. A little bit late. Okay, you went for the same setup. Yeah, luckily the whiff punish worked out beautifully. Okay, yeah, big issue there, right? Whenever possible, you don't want to jab in your combo. Because first of all, we have the... well, actually, what happened? Was it 4-2-1? Okay, so we don't have a penalty on the 4-2-1, but now post-wall blast, we have a small penalty. And then all of these airborne jabs are doing 5 points of damage. So slight scaling on the 5 points. Again, all jabs got nerfed in Tekken 8. So you never, ever want to fill with jabs whenever possible. So that's why stand 2, down 4-2-1, like all these filler options, 4-for-1 whenever applicable. For instance, post 4-2-1, 4-for-1 for sure would still hit in this position. You want to go for something stronger. Sometimes jab's okay when you want, like, if you're really worried about consistency, but typically you want to put jabs later in the combo where the scaling isn't that big a deal. But if you're front loading your combo with jabs, you're really hurting your combo potential by like 20 points.
What's going on with this connection? Oh, it's Wi-Fi.
It's Wi-Fi. I mean, it looks, to be honest, from an outside perspective, this looks fine. This looks perfectly playable. Okay, nice Sabat, just GS. Okay, 2 throws fine.
I think it's Wi-Fi. So the problem when you get Wi-Fi connections is when you transition from stages, the timing goes off. It's really frustrating.
That's probably not the best explanation. Okay, HMS 2, -13. 1-2 is okay. 2-1's preferred. Back 1-2 is better. Same situation. Gotta be careful with that. It's interesting too. He keeps going for GS2 specifically. Okay, yeah, I don't hate that. That's a typical trap idea there with the GS option buffer. Nice back forward. Wall's great. Nice combo. Okay, you got combos. And the reset. Nice. Top right corner lead down 4-4 reset. Good block. Bad punish. Careful. Wow, 4-4-2.
By just holding back, because if you actually just hold back against King, he doesn't really have that much to kind of come in and threaten you with.
Yeah, I mean, King's lows are his throws, right? With that being said, the possibility of Blue Spark for the extra, quote unquote speed, which is a little bit disingenuous, but the extra speed that's presented from Blue Spark is like a big part of his game, especially because they're effectively harder to escape from because of the 2 less frames on the break.
Backdash.
Okay, careful.
There we go.
Okay, now what? Careful with CD entrance. You're gonna burn a lot of time on the CD. It's probably better to go for an instant buffer throw, especially because the CD people are more likely to duck on incoming just naturally by seeing the animation. Near the wall, that now you can present like a CD4 tactical ideas and resplat and stuff like that. But open field, you're really like hard representing the crouch dash 1+4 throws and 2+3s by doing it. So I would typically recommend staying away from it. The nice thing for people who don't know about King is post heat engage, there is like no running animation per se. You're just left immediately next to the opponent. So there's no way to hide the buffer outside of it other than using the early buffer frames to go for the throw. So like I said, when you have that little wave dash input, there's really nothing you're really representing that would not be something that either someone wants to duck or, my point being, don't duck because, right, you want to sidestep throws anyway, but by doing the crouch dash input, you're likely representing the one throw, period. Because you're either going to go for like a dirty GS input or you can go for 1+4 realistically. Okay, good break on the twister. Okay, big trade. Okay, I like the meter pop. Nice GS. Not a kill. Luckily, he has no rage.
Yeah,
Wow, he held back.
Down forward one hit so low to the ground, even if you flinch, it'll catch you.
Yeah, he should have tech rolled. Tech roll and vulnerability probably would not have escaped it, but that only really was a thing because he didn't try tech rolling off the wall. Wow, up back 3 is so greedy.
Minus.
Yeah, it's minus 14. That's what I was saying earlier for full crushing up for 4. We haven't seen Beigemaster go for any wall stand 2-2 on 14 yet, so that's something we can exploit if we're the lead player. Okay, nice low parry. Input mistake. Yeah, he needs to clean up his running inputs. His running inputs are bad, and like I said, it's not that bad. We don't have any delay here on the connection. So yeah, he just has to tighten up his running input.
I got a slide too. You like it?
Careful. That's, I'm pretty sure, very much launch punishable to Lee. He's popping off, granted, but don't force a meta that you might not know about.
Nice.
Okay, we have, see, there it is. There's the floor to signify we have a breakable wall. So if I'm Lee, I'm looking at this breakable wall. I sidestep left, meter pop into like 4-2-1 or instant wall stand 2-3. To be honest, you probably even threaten down 4-3-2-3 to get to the wall and force 50-50 for the win.
Nice combo. I ducked. Boy, might do a slidey.
Yeah, whenever you are trying to calculate a slide as a kill, like, just look at your health. Right? He had way too much health for a slide to be a kill. Even if full crouch down 4-4 wouldn't have killed us here. 4-4-3 or some sort of power break option. 4-2-1, 4+2, stuff like that would be the only things that would kill us. Typically, all mids into high option or mid straight. So yeah, just don't duck. Back 3-3 might have killed, but I doubt it. I think he'd have to have still 2-touch off of a low. And the only real low that we have to worry about in this position is back 3-3, specifically because he hasn't shown us enough down 3 HMS options for the lead player to effectively guess or predict what we're going to do as counterplay against this down 3 idea.
I ducked. Boy, might do a slidey.
Final round. Fight.
Don't duck.
I forget that. They love that.
HMS 2. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't really punished yet, so why would I be afraid of HMS 2, right? Careful. Yeah, only thing I can tell you right away with this lead player is, yeah, he's representing a lot of low-high mix-ups. So down forward 1 option, the typical meta lines, 2-2 confirm, down 3, forward 4 options. There is no mix-up here, right? So it's okay to immediately check at slight negative or slight positive, sorry, with the down forward 2 to represent here. We do walk into a 2-2-3, but same thing. He hasn't shown enough of it, and also we're diagonal to the wall, so there's a good chance 2-2-3 would splat us the wrong way to not lead to an instant launcher. So down forward 2 on 13 is such an incredible strong tool because of its tracking, because of its hitbox, because it's 13. So at that plus, that the only thing we're going to lose to would be 2-2-3, and like I said, I think that would push us off the wall, luckily. Yeah, one other thing I'm noticing with Beige, she's not using any power crushes. Like, for instance, after this shove trap, like, he can maintain pressure. Okay. Yeah, after the clothesline, he can go for a trap. He went for back one 13. Or no, 15. I take that back. Back one's 15. But I don't know. I think it would be okay to go for a PC7 there.
Almost.
Nice challenge. Yeah, unfortunately, it was a clash.
He'll get his promo again. Damn, there we go. Yeah, so he gets another promo chance.
Ah, yeah, careful. Remember, why are you ducking in this spot, right? HMS. So the reason he's ducking, he's reading something. But in this game, HMS 4 doesn't launch. So we're not really, looking for anything good by us hard committing to duck. The nice reason or good news for the lead player here is, yeah, I mean, he's just keep hitting HMS 2, Beigemaster not actually deep stepping or OS stepping or anything like that. He's not really max punishing HMS 2. And also, if Beigemaster goes for a throw, there's a real possibility that HMS 2 will naturally just crush out of it anyway. So yeah, Beigemaster hasn't really presented anything to warrant Bob from stop doing the HMS 2.
Gotta just punish that rather than trying to duck.
I would say a little bit late on that combo. Careful. Nice call out. Okay, we have the breakable wall.
That's why I dropped that combo.
Nice duck. Wall stand 2-3 minus 13. Actually, you'll notice that a lot of characters kind of go by a similar MO. They all have a particular frame data or number that you really should be looking at. So characters like Raven, minus 14, Lee, minus 13, so on and so forth. If you're able to find the opponent's number, it's a lot easier for you to predict what the punish is if you don't know what the max punish is. But Lee is a minus 13 character.
That's so frustrating when it happens.
Okay, don't hate it. The only issue I have is I don't know if the up 1+2, whatever it's called, I can't remember. Capital. I don't know if Capital, like if he goes for a wall stand 3-3, which he's already done a few times. I don't know if this is enough plus frames for the 13 to win. I don't know for a fact. Okay, nice whiff. There it is again. Yeah, now this time Beige is making the adjustment, taking the +7 to throw. Oh no, same situation. Down forward 1 option to GS2. But yeah, I mean, he really should know it's clearly not working. But like I said, the reason it might not be working is because in his mind, maybe he's used to doing the Blue Spark GS1. And GS1 off of its quickest buffer is 10 frames. I don't believe GS2 or Tijuana Twister is 10 frames though. I think it's a 12 frame throw. Ooh, careful. It's solo ollie kick. Hey, he drops it. Wow, so lucky.
Although, to be fair, that should have been my round.
He should have been airborne. Okay, good block. Yeah, down 3s. Really should be minus 16 on block.
Right, don't run into Lee. You've got to not run into, because back 4 will catch you.
That's correct.
A bit tricky to, like, not run into him.
Wow, what a call out.
Backing away from you.
Okay, solo poke.
Like that.
Okay, I like the adjustment.
No, I can't hit. We'll take it.
He probably should go for forward 3. There it is. Good. Yeah, I don't know about the timing on the forward 3 though. Yeah, it's hard to say. It looked like he was a little bit late. Forward 3 might have hit on flinch if he was faster, but I don't know. That might have been the correct timing. Okay, nice challenge. Yeah, the running 3-4 is only +3 with Lee. So yeah, you can challenge it. There is ways around it. Yeah.
Although I don't know why I'm trying to. It's completely pointless trying to do these armor setups because I've no idea that like it's so kind of stuttery on the Wi-Fi. It's hard to know like when should I pull.
Maybe. Okay, careful. Yeah, 4-4-4-3 HMS buffer.
Jab, giant swing.
I mean, if it works, it works. Okay, first one we've seen. Okay, I don't hate it. Yeah, careful with the approach post knockdown, especially if they read it. Like they might go for up back 3, the steel pedal here, and the steel pedal, if you hit anything, will reset. And then furthermore, I think it might even be a counter launcher, so it might in this situation quickstand beat the forward 2. I don't know for a fact, but first thing that came to mind was up back 3 might completely blow up this idea. There we go, finally.
He actually punished it rather than falling for it.
Yeah, I saw the stutter there. Okay, there we go. I mean, he really has been should be showing a lot more just GS1 period because of the speed on it, even without Blue Spark. Wow, so greedy. Okay, no punish.
Punishable.
Nice step. Okay, I like the solo poking there. I like that. He's trying to change pacing to catch this guy off guard. He's a little bit afraid of approach, but he's also doing it in a way such that if the lead player was to make a really big mistake, it would go in his way. So this is semi-risk averse, but the way he's approaching this is correct. This is completely correct what he's doing. He has the lead. He doesn't need to take huge inherent risks. Like, the Capital was a huge inherent risk. Okay, now it's a little bit flaily. Going for the Irish Whip open field like that, I don't understand the idea. Same thing, if he went HMS 2, he would have instantly won.
There we go.
I would go mid. Nope.
Nice break.
Okay, huge mistake. Yeah, probably be looking post deep dash or deep step. Looking for that forward 2. You want to really use the fact that you have this really long range 15 to max punish ideas like this. Like huge errors really should be in the repertoire of a king player, period. Okay.
Haven't got hit anymore.
Whoa, careful, 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 careful. Yeah, when you don't have the heat engage option, like look at that. It's okay, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's worse like frames than I anticipated. Because he's moving already though. There you go. That's the movement frame. So King has recovered. It's +4, maybe +5. Yeah, the Power Crush is super greedy. The reason he went for Power Crush is, like, in his mind, he was thinking, oh, I got recoverable gauge. I should go for recoverable gauge. But yeah, he didn't because it was all standing damage the entire combo. Or entire sequence, rather.
Hey, GG's. Coolly. It's a shame about the connection, though.
Yeah, so, hopefully that gives a little bit of insight. Basically just need some better throwing, better use of like the Giant Swing 1 would do work here. Don't necessarily have to buffer GS2, simply because, like, as you had seen, just holding back, not even backdashing, causes the whiff, and the speed of the GS1 will help hold that there. Forward buffering off forward 3 probably needs to be cleaned up too. 0 frame options to initiate it instantly rather than hold forward and then hit 3. He's basically burning frames by holding forward. So in case you don't know, whenever you do an input on the input window buffer, which is like typically, I believe, 10 frames or maybe a little bit more nowadays, your input, it basically opens up. Like as soon as the frame opens, it will come out instantly. So you have a 10 frame window for you to do an input and it comes out instantly. And what he's doing is he's holding forward and hitting the button, which is okay because you can actually still perform that in the buffer timing, but he's hitting it a little bit late. And then furthermore, what happens is when you hold an input or a directional input, it's essentially mashing out that input on every single frame. So if you hold forward for 60 frames, it's doing forward, 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 forward. So if you hit a 3 that's right outside of the initial input window, you don't know what frame your 3 is actually going to occur on. So by definition, if you're holding forward and then hit 3, it will come out forward 3, but you don't know the speed of which it executes. So same thing, if you're mashing 3, let's say you hit it every 5 frames, 5, 5, 5, 5. There's basically 4 frames of a non-input in that window where you can be slow. So if you don't get it in the 10 frame buffer where you can hit the 3, let's say twice, theoretically, you're now falling outside of it, and now worst case scenario, you have 4 frames of no 3 with a forward input, and then on the 5th frame you hit a 3. That's not, of course, always going to be true. It depends on your execution speed and stuff like that. But that's a major issue, and why sometimes people don't understand why combos or punishers whiff is because they're holding the buffer, or they're milking the buffer with like a forward buffer, but then they're hitting the actual input too late. And because of that, you don't know when the input actually occurs. So sometimes there's like, things called like dirty inputs and whatnot, where you are going out of your way to try to kind of like fuzzy a low parry before initiating an option, which is a perfectly valid strategy. But eventually it does catch up to you. Like hopefully I've kind of told you guys this enough, how you understand how like bad habits will catch up to you eventually. The sooner you can kind of clamp down on them, the better off you're going to be in the long run. In certain matchups, it's okay to have like dirty inputs and like do this like low parry dirty buffering. But yeah, like I said, eventually it's going to catch up to you, because as you're hitting that dirty input before you hit the down forward one, let's say you're not hitting a 13 down forward one, you're now hitting like a 15 or 16. And in those extra 3 or 2 or 3 frames, they might have done a 15 frame. And because you did a 16 frame down forward one instead of a 13 frame down forward one, you now get launched because of it. So there is always inherent risk by doing certain things. Like I said, bad habits will catch up to you eventually. But apart from that, yeah, I would say for this guy, definitely needs more max punishment. He let that go on way too long. Also, if you have a character with a specialty punish, like for instance King, sure, you have 1-2 jab, but you also have 2-1 that's really fucking good. So if you're going to do a 10 framer, do a 10 framer that hits like a truck. 2-1 hits like a truck and has Mondo plus frames. Is that strong as back 1-2 on 12? No, of course not. But still, you kind of need that too. Beyond that, early meter popping, don't want to see it. I want to see Power Crush to splat in better situations for post Oki lines, stuff like that. But yeah, Heat Burst more, less instant pop. And then if you're going to pop, fish forward 4-2-1 on your 15 frame launch Punisher Heat Dash cancel, right? Play to the strength of the move and don't feel like you have to do it immediately. Also, furthermore, if you're starting to run low on time, don't feel like you have to, same thing, go for forward 2-1 just to try to get something started. Go for a safer heat engager. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything right away, but go for something safer that's a heat engager. Like for instance, with Dragunov, oh hey, you can go for back 4-3, that's a 14 frame launcher, or you can go for 1-2-1 that's completely safe on block. So find your option for King and use that option to do work. So, okay, like I said, this just got served to me randomly on the algorithm. I noticed some things that hopefully you guys can better understand, and also the fact that we can hear him talk simultaneously for his insight was really helpful. But if you like this content, let me know. If you want to see more of this, let me also know. As talked about, we do have the match review available for submission. So if you want to submit, go to my community page. Or look for the comments. Usually what I'll do comments for like a few weeks to say you can submit it. But yeah, submissions are open on my Google form document. So, okay, that's it. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you guys next video. Later on.